Hello. As we all know, artists find inspiration almost anywhere. One of today's self-portraits came about after a night terror, where our artist found themselves being chased by an evil version of themselves.
You'll be glad to know that I've left the evil version of myself at home today.
Well, we'll see about that. Welcome back to the show where dreams, not nightmares, come true. It's Portrait Artist of the Year.
Last week, the third artist to gain a place in the semi-final was art professor Tim Tozer, who wowed the judges with his enigmatic portrait of musician Suggs.
I'm extremely shocked and overwhelmed.
In today's heat, we're joined by 9 more artists who have their sights set on the semi-final.
I feel like he looks like a distant relative of himself at the moment, but hopefully we'll sneak up on it.
At stake is a £10,000 commission to paint actor and broadcaster Sir Lenny Henry for the National Portrait Gallery in London. But first they must impress our 3 judges. Independent curator Kathleen Soriano, award-winning artist Taishan Sharenberg, and art historian Kate Bryan.
How are you going to use colour today?
Well, I'm going to have to go all out, aren't I?
Okay, that's what I like to hear.
With only 4 places left in the semi-final, the artists must battle with their brushes to be one step closer to becoming the next Portrait Artist of the Year. You don't have to pretend to keep going, you just stop.
Slam down the palette.
Go, oh, finished already.
And just walk out.
Yeah, beat that, suckers.
The artists travelling from across the UK to be here today are Stephen Gray, a retired advertising art director from Lincolnshire, Karen Galamay, a fine art student living in Oxford, Oliver Bassett-Cross, a full-time artist from London, and Anastasia Olaroo, a water sports instructor from Hertfordshire.
I was really nervous, and then I walked into this room and I felt as if I was going to burst out of myself, so I'm really working on not bouncing on the spot right now.
Joining them are Jill Dudley, a service manager for her local council, living in County Durham, Neil Hamilton, an English language teacher from Donegal, Elizabeth Griffiths, a public health consultant from Stourbridge, Ramon Adeyemi, a professional artist living in Manchester, and Emily Roberts, a professional artist and art teacher from Cornwall.
I'm like a secret competitive person. I try and like glaze over it, but actually I'm like cutthroat, you know.
As the artists prepare for the challenge ahead, the judges cast their eyes over today's submissions.
Time for the wall and the artist chosen by you to compete today, starting with this bright young thing.
I mean, it is very bright and fabulous, isn't it? I love the rainbow light. And you'd think it would make the whole thing a bit too overly done, but there's something about the expression of the artist which is so romantic, and it's just marvellous.
Next, what are you looking at?
Oh, that's really interesting that you see it as a so what sort of glance. I see it filled with tenderness. Then you've got that fantastic sweeping circular brushstroke that gives a sense of movement.
Next, seeing red.
I find it rather sad, and I wonder, where have all the comrades gone?
Yeah, I think it's quite unusual because this use of this very flat, very bold red really projects the sitter forward. And this artist is really lucky because we do give our sitters these bold, colourful backgrounds.
Drawn to this beard.
I'm drawn to the sheen of the skin. That is just extraordinary. I want to touch it.
I feel exactly the same way. It's the bridge across the nose. You're drawn to the light and the way it falls on this beautifully observed skin, and then you fall into the eyes.
Now, I hope this artist didn't spend as long in the water as she evidently did painting that.
Yeah, it's interesting seeing photorealism here because there's so many different strands to it now. And I've rarely seen it done like this, where there's barely any pigment on the surface of the canvas.
Are they going to put our sitter in a bucket of water?
I did see someone wheeling a bath in. Things just got a little creepy.
I don't know what's more creepy, the guy behind the door, which I'm assuming is a second self-portrait, or that dressing gown. It's a tour de force, isn't it?
Bit of mixed media.
We think about textile art, and then there's painting and printmaking. And I think this artist has brought the two together really effectively. It's a great compositional choice, the way in which they put the head over on the left-hand side. It's a good portrait.
Next, a self-portrait with a message.
Interesting composition, artists dropping themselves right down to the bottom, and you have to work hard to read what the message actually is.
I think the head is wonderful. I think the expression, the way the light falls across, is just very well rendered.
And finally, something warm and cuddly to finish with.
I love how slight it is. It's so scrubby. You know, it's like very thin oil. And it's just like the hint of the cat. And then you go to the face, and there's been worked more intensely, but without getting rid of this overall feeling of it all just being quite fleeting and gentle.
The artists might be eager to start, but first they need to meet their sitters.
This dancer and choreographer's effervescent personality have made him a household favourite. Just hope he doesn't judge you too strictly. It's Bruno Tognoli.
I'm gonna go around banana shape.
Banana shape.
Nice to see you.
How are you? Welcome, welcome. Have a seat.
Oh, look at that.
This is your home.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Yes.
All my favorite things.
Yes, tell me about the flowers.
As a kid, I used to paint flowers.
Ah.
But I love painting, I really do.
Oh, good. Now, I cannot think of a person less likely to sit still for 4 hours.
It's gonna be a problem. But I'm gonna try my best to be compliant.
Right, well, I'm going to leave you now because you have a great sitter, but a kinetic sitter. Good luck.
Artists, your mission today was to get here. Your sitter's mission was to reach the stars. Please welcome Britain's first astronaut, Helen Sharman.
Hello, thank you.
What a great pleasure it is. Come and sit down. Thank you. It's never too late to congratulate you on your achievement.
Thank you.
Did you realise how epoch-making it was?
I knew it was going to be the first time somebody from Britain had been into space, so yes, I realised that was a big deal. But of course, for me, I did it because I wanted to go into space, if I'm honest.
Did you have to sit still in space?
Yes, once you've got your spacesuit on, you know, there's not a lot of jiffling you can do and you're strapped into your seat.
How long were you strapped in for?
5 hours in the same seat.
4 hours is a pushover, isn't it? Well, we look forward to hearing more about your journey and also the journey that you make in doing the portraits. Enjoy yourselves, everyone. Good luck.
Your sitter is a double Mobo award-winning saxophonist and broadcaster who has brought much musical joy to CBeebies viewers. It's Yolanda Brown. Hello, Yolanda. Sit down.
Thank you very much.
What a gorgeous saxophone.
Thank you very much. Yes, my best friend.
Any chance we're going to hear a bit later?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah?
I'm not falling asleep by hour 3.
Have you thought about how you want to be portrayed today?
Yeah, hopefully as you meet me, I'm quite joyful. But I think my resting face and my artist face sometimes can be a bit more sort of stoic. So I think it would be nice to have a bit of both.
Well, artists, what a fantastic sitter. Good luck, everyone.
Thank you, all the best.
Artists, you can prepare no more. You have 4 hours to complete your portrait. Good luck to each one of you. Your time starts now.
Do you want to smile in it?
No, I won't smile because this is just because it made me laugh.
Is that a natural place where you'd usually place your hand to sort of hold?
Yeah.
Just hold him safe?
Yeah.
Can you do without a smile? Like, innocent gaze. Perfect.
Oliver.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What do you make of your very modest and shy sitter?
Well, it's really hard to get him to come out of his shell so far.
He's very introverted.
No, he's quite fun, really, because then you get to see a personality come through, rather than somebody just sitting kind of stoic.
Oliver Bassett Cross is a self-employed artist and aspiring scriptwriter who lives in North London. His self-portrait, created in 2 days using oils, represents the new confident chapter in his life.
Talk to me about light, because it was clearly such an important part of your submission.
Usually I work with natural light, which means work fast or wait till tomorrow, because the light will change in a matter of minutes. The light will change.
Exactly.
But I really like the yellow light coming directly from behind him, and I really want to try and incorporate how the shadow...
Yeah, he's looking actually suspiciously angelic, that light.
I am angelic. I'm practically a monk.
While some artists start with a relaxed, instinctive approach, one of our artists has a meticulous plan of action.
Today, I will be aiming to do a photorealistic style portrait. This first stage is important because this is like the foundation of my work. I basically just trace out the outline to save me time, and then all of the work goes with the painting itself.
Karen Galamay is from the Philippines and moved to the UK to study fine art in Oxford. Her enormous hyper-realist self-portrait took a dedicated 200 hours to create using oils.
Karen, I see just over your shoulder there's a phone with a clock running up very quickly.
I just wanted to see like how long have I been working in like areas, so I'm aware if I'm overdoing it.
So you will finish this painting?
Yes, I'll finish it.
I'm looking at the level of detail and I'm thinking, this is impossible.
My priorities are the eye, the nose, and the mouth.
Well, look, I'll let you carry on because you have a lot to do.
Yes.
Jill, we've given you these diagonal lines. Is that messing with your eyes as much as it is with mine?
Yeah, especially because you've got the midline all the way down there as well, so it changes angle slightly. So never having been that good at geometry in school, I'm just hoping it comes off.
Jill Dudley is a service manager at her local government authority. Her acrylic and oil self-portrait took 30 hours to complete and contains messages of advice to her 3 grown-up children.
Are we going to have any phrases on this one like we had in your self-portrait?
Depends how time goes, I think,
OK,
really.
so your main focus is going to be presumably on the head?
Yeah.
And do you know you can do this in the 4 hours that you have?
I'll do something in the 4 hours that I have, yes. Whether it'll have the full background, the jacket and the sitter in it, I'm going to have to gauge that as I go through the day.
Well, if you've got to choose, I'd go with the sitter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Neil, what have you been doing? I mean, I don't want to be rude. You've got a lovely grid.
Yeah.
You've taken a photo and you've just done an outline.
Yeah, don't worry. It's all part of the plan.
It's all part of the plan? Neil Hamilton teaches English as a foreign language and lives in Donegal. His cinematic self-portrait took 30 hours to paint, using oils. Now, Neil, you seem quite sort of chirpy and smiley, but you have the creepiest self-portrait. Tell me about that.
It was inspired by a night terror that I had a few years ago where I woke up in the middle of the night and in the corner of the room there was like this figure crouched down and then it burst towards my face and it was like this demonic version of me.
Wow. Is that something you like to bring into your portraits, a little bit of the evil side?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Because you're going to struggle today with this sitter, aren't you?
I'll find it.
You'll find...
I'll dig deep.
The artists have been hard at work for 1 hour.
I think at this point it's just getting paint on the canvas, and then we'll go from there. When I start to go in on detail, then we'll see how stressed I get.
I've sort of got the bone structure and all the features are in the right place, I think. So it's just getting the skin tones right now. Yeah, it's great fun.
Initially, I'm quite worried about my color choice, but it's slowly coming together. You still have time, yeah.
our 9 artists have spent 1 hour painting today's sitters. History-making astronaut Helen Sharman, acclaimed dancer and self-proclaimed fidget Bruno Tognoli, and award-winning saxophonist Yolanda Brown.
Is there a place you love playing the most?
It can be anywhere and with anyone as well. You know, I can't pinpoint a favourite. I love the variety, to be fair.
Elizabeth, you have chosen to stitch Bruno up, almost literally. Tell me your process.
Well, I've drawn a sketch so I can get the proportions while he's keeping still. And now I'm stitching in with black thread, and I will repeat that with different thicknesses of thread.
So the thickness of the thread will determine the outline?
Absolutely.
Elizabeth Griffiths is a public health consultant who was heavily involved in the pandemic. Her self-portrait depicts 2 aspects of her personality: her professional side, in monochrome, and her more relaxed, vivacious side, in colour.
Your submission, you had embroidered the eye in great detail.
So my self-portrait is a lino print onto some linen fabric, and I then embroidered into it. Today, unfortunately, I can't do the same because each component of those would take more than 4 hours. So today, my plan is to do a flash of colour, because how can I not put colour in? How can I not?
Will you splash the paint on the calico?
Yes, I will. Try and get as much pigment as I can for it to hold.
Wonderful. Go for it.
Stephen, let's talk a little bit about technique. You're quite happy going straight onto a white canvas. You've not put a ground on it.
Yes, I never do.
OK.
I know most people do. Rembrandt did, but I don't like his method.
Well, Rembrandt, I wouldn't worry if I were you.
Stephen Gray is a retired creative art director in advertising, and aged 83, he is this year's most senior competitor. His oil self-portrait took 8 hours to paint, and he chose an unconventional composition and background to ensure it stood out.
This feels like a very industrious section with Helen. Are you keeping an eye on what's going on over there?
I'm trying to.
Do you think that's good
Sneaking.
or bad?
It's bad.
It's bad.
Yeah,
How come?
Definitely. Well, because she's so far ahead. And it's looking good.
Karen, I think, is treating it a bit like a race.
Well, once I get going, then I'm fast.
You're fast. I'm sure you'll be fine.
And it's not just Stephen who's anxious to get plenty of paint down on the canvas.
The way I start is just normally go straight in with paint, which means it's going to look pretty rough, but I don't care about it being pretty the whole way through. Like, I just want it to look good at the end. So it's a balance between just getting a lot of paint down and staying in control and not messing it up at the beginning.
Emily Roberts is a full-time artist and art teacher who lives in Cornwall. Her oil self-portrait took 9 hours to produce and reveals the confrontational, serious side to her personality.
Emily, you got Bruno looking straight at us.
Yeah, I feel like he's a very direct person. He's got a lot of charisma, and so having that immediate contact felt right, I guess.
And you're doing it all from life?
Yeah, I don't like to use photos.
Oh, right, so I can imagine that makes it even harder,
it's
especially
a lot.
with the...
You've got to catch the right moment while he's actually sat there. But
And what about telling him what to do?
I don't want to be too rigorous.
Oh, you're so bossy.
Yes, you see,
you're
look, he
very,
snaps
very
too.
bossy.
I'm very
good.
bossy.
Stop it, bossy boots.
Well, you certainly have caught his naughtiness. Boss him around.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
To give the artists another element to think about, our sitters have each brought in a special item.
So, Yolanda, tell me about the object you brought with you.
Well, the tenor saxophone was my first instrument. At 13, I picked up the saxophone and just sort of set my relationship with music from there.
Give it a blow.
Oh, what can we do?
How wonderful.
I usually stand, but...
Oh, wonderful.
There's acoustics in here, isn't it? Oh, no!
So tell me the story of these roses.
When I was a kid in Italy, we didn't have much money, and I used to paint flowers and I used to sell the painting so I could pay for singing lessons.
Wow.
I really enjoy painting. Sometimes you need to get out of whatever you do, and I get this kind of urge to paint.
OK. This portrait, do you know where it's going to hang? What are you going to do with it?
When I see it, it will dictate what it's going to be.
OK.
But it will have a prominent place.
Well, Helen, tell me about this object here.
So this is a replica jacket, really, but it's got my mission patch on it particularly. So this is the Juno mission that I flew on. This, to me, means the physical embodiment of my space flight because, you know, the actual spacecraft, well, most of it burnt up in the atmosphere.
Were you ever frightened?
Not really. We were trained to do it, so it wasn't a big deal. But it was just something that I'd looked forward to doing, I suppose, for so long.
Can I just say, it was a big deal. It was, Helen, a big deal.
Anastasia, you were off to a flying furious start. Tell me about your process.
Chaos, but hopefully will turn into order. I just tried to get like as much as I could down, and now I'm going into the actual face and going, okay, well, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong.
But this can't all just be for the sake of, you know, getting rid of nervous energy, because you can incorporate a lot of this sketchy quality.
And that's what I like to do. So I do like sketchiness.
Anastasia Olaru lives in Hertfordshire and is a water sports instructor at a whitewater centre. Her submission in oils took 6 hours and was painted from a candid photo taken by a friend.
Yolanda, who is a brilliant, young, lively sitter, is she going to have her eyes closed?
So I'm thinking yes, because actually from our conversation, it sounds like when she plays music, when she's improvising deep in improvisation, she'll close her eyes. And I thought, oh, this could be a really lovely narrative, because while she's here, she can still be in that world of music.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll give it a go, we'll give it a go.
Ramon.
Yeah.
How are you finding your sitter? Were you happy when you saw her?
Yes, I'm happy because I'm used to this complexion.
Oh, the complexion, right, OK.
Yes.
Yeah. Are we going to see the saxophone appear?
No, it's not going to capture it.
No. So that's a deliberate decision?
Yeah.
Just concentrating on Yolanda?
Yeah.
Ramon Adeyemi recently moved from his home country to Manchester. His submission was his first self-portrait in over 20 years and was painted to capture himself during this transitional time in his life. Where are you from originally, Ramon?
From Nigeria.
Right. What are you looking to do when you're here?
I want to develop myself as an artist and establish myself.
So today is a big, important day for you.
Yeah, it is amazing to be taking part in the show.
Well, I won't disturb you any longer. I can't wait to see what you do.
Okay.
I'm still trying to get more of Bruno's personality to come through the eyes. It's very difficult to capture all of that life, but hopefully I'm showing enough.
Pretty much as predicted, panicking, relaxing, panicking, relaxing. So at the moment, currently in the relaxing stage, on the verge of another panic, it's all good.
I haven't quite got the likeness like bang on yet. I feel like he looks like maybe a distant relative of himself at the moment, but hopefully we'll sneak up on it. But yeah, I really hope I'll do him justice.
Today's artists have spent 2 hours painting astronaut Helen Sharman, saxophonist Yolanda Brown, and dancer and choreographer Bruno Tonioli.
Okay, if you could sit up straight, please. Can I have the shoulders nicely? Thank you very much. Gorgeous. Thank you.
It has to be perfect.
It has to be perfect.
With the artists busy keeping our sitters on their toes, our judges discuss how they're doing with 2 hours left in the competition.
Well, judges, it's halfway time, and it seems to me things are rather taken off today. What do you think?
I think it's been a speedy day. I mean, I'm quite pleased with some of the paintings I've seen at lunchtime, but you know, that always makes me nervous, because then I think this afternoon they've got time to ruin things that I love.
OK, let's talk about Bruno to begin with.
Joan, as I'm looking, he's having a little stretch and he's turned his back on his painters, so that sums Bruno up somewhat.
Let's start with Emily.
Yeah. Emily's giving us a very different portrait of Bruno to her self-portrait. It's much more detailed, and she's complaining a little bit about how active he is, but I've never seen such an active artist, so it'll be interesting to see how it develops over the afternoon, but a really good likeness.
What about Oliver's?
I suppose one of the problems that Oliver has is that what he did in his submission was so time-intensive and he doesn't have that time available. I really admire him, though, for wanting to capture Bruno's spirit.
Now, Elizabeth's hard to judge because we know that her portraits are really focused on the eye.
Well, it's amazing, just with the tiny little area that Elizabeth has done this detailed embroidery, how much character she's able to get in with the stitching. I hope that she's got enough time to do what she wants to do, because she's quite ambitious.
Helen Sharman, good sitter?
Fabulous sitter. I mean, Helen's got a very strong presence, and she's against this extraordinary background. I mean, it is Dark Side of the Moon times 10, and it just looks beautiful.
Let's talk about Karen's then. Is it working?
Karen, she knows exactly what she's doing. She's got a plan. It seemed rather mechanical in the beginning, but there is a painterly element coming into it. But what I like particularly is that she's interpreting the colour she's seeing. So she's not just slavishly following the photograph, and as such, it's looking rather good.
And what about Jill?
I think Jill's really responded to her sitter. She's got this fantastic likeness. I think she's enjoying herself.
Stephen has chosen to put Helen quite low and small at one side of the canvas.
Yeah, I mean, I think Stephen made a great compositional choice. We know that he loves to play those games with where the sitter sits in the abstract space. I actually like the way that he's painting today more than I do his submission. He's reduced everything down, and it's an exciting way of painting.
So Yolanda and her instrument, because they are one together, aren't they?
Well, I think it's brilliant that Yolanda's bought the saxophone. What an extraordinary-looking thing. She is a great sitter. She is closing her eyes every now and again, but that might end up becoming one of the narratives of one of the paintings.
What about Neil's attempt?
Neil's, I mean, we were expecting from his submission that he would put a lot in, and he has gone for the full-length figure, and it took him a long time to get the drawing down, but I think he's on the right track.
How do you think Anastasia is making out?
I feel with Anastasia that I'm looking at a really interesting work of art starting to emerge. I love the colour palette.
Anastasia's caught Yolanda, but in repose, and there's a peacefulness and a sort of meditative calm emanating from this head. I think it's beautiful.
And what about Ramon now?
With Ramon, I really loved the beginning of the day, watching him, putting the outlines and the lines as to where the eyes and the nose and the body shape was going to be. And as the course of the day has gone on, I feel like the likeness is moving away. It might be that he'll go back in and do the detail, and then she'll start to come back.
Well, it's halfway, and from a lot of the things that you've said, there's a lot of development to go on this afternoon. So that's going to be exciting.
I've been painted a few times. Not long after my space flight, when I returned to Earth, there was quite a number of artists who came and quickly sketched and then made portraits on their quick sketches. But yeah, this is quite a different experience. All I have to do is just sit and let my brain do what it wants. It's glorious.
This is the first time I've sat this still ever, so it's been a lovely experience. Actually, quite fascinating to see their process. Ramon has been very focused on lots of details, and I've heard him say, oh, I'm good with the complexion, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. Then Anastasia's been speaking to me the most. She really wants to know me and the person behind. And then Neil, he gives me reassuring smiles, tells me I'm doing great. It's been an honour to watch them work.
Emily, the good news is that Bruno has finally stopped moving around. The bad news is he's whacked on a pair of glasses and got out a book.
Yeah.
Is that a problem?
He's back. But yeah, it is what it is, you know?
What do you think he might think?
I'm worried about, I mean, maybe the hairline.
Oh, right.
I need to work on that a little bit more.
Better get it right.
I need to work on the jumper as well, because he looks a bit like he's in Scrubs.
Right.
But work on that in a minute.
How is your self-confidence normally about your work?
So great, so super strong, you know?
Towards the end of the challenge, many artists concentrate on refining their portraits. But for some, it's a risky sprint to add more elements.
Karen, it's extraordinary to watch you work, because you take these things that I recognise, paintbrushes, and then you put it on there and it's suddenly something of Helen. And you seem to be able to do it quickly.
Yeah.
Surely you are not endeavouring to also paint the jacket?
I'm going for the jacket.
Wow, it's like you're trying to do some sort of personal best. It's like we're at the painting Olympics.
You haven't got long to go, Neil.
No.
Are you anxious?
I just need to get these boots done and then the background in there.
But you're not going to put colour here, are you?
What, in the background?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
You've got half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Oliver, how close to finishing are you? I mean, it looks pretty finished to me. Is that?
I'm wasting time as long as I can.
You don't have to pretend to keep going. You just stop. In fact, it's be quite intimidating for the others.
Slam down the palette.
Just go, oh, finished already.
And just walk out.
Yeah. Be that suckers.
It's really challenging. The time is really challenging for me. So I just want to do my best.
I have a lot left to do. You know, legs, hands, hand, head, saxophone, pretty much the whole painting.
Helen Sharman, Bruno Tognoli, and Yolanda Brown have been sitting for almost 4 hours.
I'm curious, what's your plan?
My plan is to panic in about 10 minutes.
Oh, good, OK. Well, planned panic is probably better than unplanned panic.
I need to make this quick. I'm not yet done with the clothes.
I'm just about to finish some blue on the upper lid, and then I think it's just trimming it down and neatening up the back so that it's all ready to present. So really on the last stretch.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left. That's why I get the big bucks. Thank you.
And obviously, I'd like to spend a lot longer doing it, but I think for 4 hours, it's... Sorry, Helen, it's the best time I can do.
Artists, your time is up.
Put down your paintbrushes and step away from your easels.
The waiting is finally over, and our sitters now face the tricky decision of choosing which portrait to take home.
You did it.
Well, I didn't do anything. I hope they did it. Hopefully, I've inspired them, and I'm really, really curious to see what they've done.
Shall we? Artists, can you please turn your easels?
Oh, guys, what's that, the evil eye? What do we do now?
Let's get up close and personal.
Oh, let's go close and personal. It really is incredibly clever. In the eye, it's got this kind of Bond thing going. It's clever, isn't it?
Yes. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Beautiful.
Wonderful.
Oh, look at that. Heroic emperor.
It's got dignity. Oliver, you've captured something.
No, it's great. It's great.
Last but not least, Emily.
What I like is the brush strokes. There is an element of power to it. You know, it looks at you.
Yeah, it does. The eyes follow you around the room. Thank you, Emily. Right, Bruno. You get to take one back to one of your houses.
To my casa. Well, I will go for Emily.
Thank you.
Artists, will you turn round your easels, please?
Oh, my goodness me. That's just amazing.
Let's go and talk to them.
I just love the way you've got my eyes, you know? I think it's amazingly lifelike. It really feels like it's I'm looking at myself. Well done. Brilliant.
Thank you so much.
I love what you've got. This great big red flower on there, which is fabulous. But yeah, the mission patches as well. And the black background, 4 hours is just not enough, is it?
To do that, and it represents the night sky, and in this case, you're the star in it, so...
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you. Hello, Stephen. This is just pow, isn't it? It just shines up. And you've got the jacket, so you've got a huge amount of detail going on there as well.
Helen, it's a moment of decision, so come with me.
Oh, it's so tough. So tough. I'm going to take that one.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very, very much.
Artists, please, turn your easels.
Wow. How did you do this in 4 hours? Really, really beautiful. Thank you.
Should we have a closer look?
Let's do it.
Right. Ramon.
I can see myself there.
Yeah.
I think definitely today I felt very reflective, and so you've really captured that. Really, really nice. Thank you.
Great. Anastasia.
Oh, wow.
A symphony of purples.
So well
and
put.
reds.
And even look at the way the keys, you've etched them out. That's really lovely detail. Thank you, Anastasia. Thank you.
Neil.
Yes.
A different tonal quality.
And so much detail as well. Thank you so much.
Well done, Neil. Right, Yolanda.
OK.
You know the deal. You can take one away with you, and only one.
Only one. It's so difficult. I think I'm going to go with Anastasia.
As the artist takes some time out to process the day, our judges take a closer look at today's portraits.
I really think Stephen did a great job. He was wrestling with how much he could fit in. I think he's done a good job of incorporating the jacket. It kind of hovers strangely in the distance.
I have to say, I was surprised when Jill started with the white background this morning, and then to see the black reappear. It works because of the way she likes to add information, like the flag. It's a bit severe, though. That's my only worry about it.
Karen's really surprised me because I feel like it's much more than just copying a photograph. The choice to leave the background in this kind of muted grey colour, it makes it look like it's a little fresco fragment that's been plucked off a wall, which is just delicious.
This is a very romantic portrait of Bruno by Emily, and considering it was done all from life. Did he pose? Did he sit? I don't think he did at any point.
No.
I think this is a miracle.
I think Oliver started off so engaged with Bruno, and I think the chat might have actually distracted him a bit. I like the way in which he brought the semicircle over so it framed the head, but he really needed to focus more on the likeness.
I think what's great is that Elizabeth, she's taken this cross-stitch and this thing which we think of as so twee and given us kind of cyborg Bruno. So it's a peculiar thing. I'd just like to see more of it.
Yolanda was a wonderful sitter, and Neil has found a moment where she is ready to perform. What I find strange, though, is the lightening of the tone of the whole thing. But as a whole painting, I mean, it's remarkable how much you got done.
It's sort of pure jazz, isn't it, what Anastasia's made? I think Yolanda's in the midst of all of this chaos, the performance and the rhythm. I think that's really impressive.
I loved watching Ramon paint. I'm really interested in the way he's dealt with the skin, and I love the hair. I love the softness of it.
Artists, thank you for sharing your creative talent with us today. It's been a pleasure watching you work, every one of you.
After discussing your portraits, our judges have chosen their shortlist of 3. The first artist is Ramon Adeyemi.
The second artist is Anastasia Olaru.
The third artist to be shortlisted is Karen Galamay.
There's 3 worthy shortlisters.
Well done.
I can't split them, they're so inspiring. It's been a wonderful day. The whole experience was just fantastic.
To decide who makes it through to the semi-final, our judges inspect today's paintings alongside the submissions, which our artists produced at their own pace.
Today was such a good day. This is the selection that you've come up with. Let's hear why.
It's interesting with Ramon because many of our artists reduce the scale of what they've got to do because they know they've got less time. But Ramon understood that he needed to be brave and he needed to go large. And I think it has paid dividends in his painting because with Yolanda today, he's managed to capture intention, the way in which she holds her head. He's captured something of Yolanda's presence very effectively.
So Karen took a photo, printed it, used carbon copy paper to copy an outline. I actually think I could do that.
Yes.
So what is it that she did today that's put her in the final 3?
She did the other 3 hours and 59 minutes.
Of course.
That you couldn't do, that I couldn't do.
But what is that? What is that?
Karen's portrait of Helen today is photorealistic, but it feels very organic compared to her submission. There was painting going on. You know, her submission is amazing. We can't believe how she's done it.
Yeah.
And what's happened today, just by being here and being forced to rethink her process, something warmer, something more interesting, something more engaging has appeared.
OK. Finally, on to the warmth of Anastasia. I mean, she's a warm person, and her artwork is warm.
Anastasia's artwork is expressionistic. It's all enveloping. It makes you feel safe and secure. And it's got a wonderful movement to it and a lovely mood to it.
I love the way that she painted the saxophone. Everybody else was so allergic to it. And she knew that she had to find a shorthand for it not to look like a cliché. And actually, what she's done is very sophisticated.
Well, there you go. We have 3 artists. We need 1 artist.
Ramon, Karen, Anastasia, congratulations for making it to the shortlist. However, only 1 of you can go forward to the semi-final.
The artists that the judges have selected adapted their style and made some intelligent decisions, resulting in a sensitive likeness of their sitter. That artist is Karen Galamay.
I feel overwhelmed and I'm over the moon. I'm so happy.
Karen is just a stunning artist. Yeah, I mean, absolutely deserved to win this one.
Love this.
What Karen produced today was full of feeling, and yet technically astonishing. To be able to produce a painting with that finish within the time frame, I've never seen that done before.
Congratulations. We'll be seeing you.
For the semi-final, I'm sure it will be another day of great experiences. And yeah, looking forward to it.